Hello and welcome to EvilGinger Miniatures, where I think I'm going to shed some more light on the subject, as we are somewhat in shadow from all of the stuff that's around. New computer is here. I think I'll be posting pictures of that later. And the monitor's behind there, and it's all sort of working. I need to check the sound card out because I don't have any test speakers. I tried to get some today and they don't appear to exist anymore. So I'm going to have to go online for those, and I might as well just go and get a decent set of speakers and be done with it, because I would like some proper speakers. Somewhere in the house I may have several sets of those things, because I used to do IT, and a little set of £5 speakers was really useful for making sure the sound card wasn't knackered. Anyway, that's beside the point. We're here to talk about EvilGinger Miniatures, and I have a computer. I am fighting it because I'm trying to copy what's on this laptop over to that computer, and there appears to be all sorts of probably security intended issues to prevent a dyslexic person from actually doing that. Things like copying passwords from files. I have an encrypted file which has got all my passwords on it, and decrypted it and tried to log into places, and some cretin of a high order disabled the copy and paste function into password fields. This is cut and dry ableism, especially if you can't see the password. And on at least one of them, the Steam password, which again was a test of the computer, because I might want to be low screen computer games that are related to wargaming, I can't even see it, and it won't let me type capitals. So I am somewhat frustrated. The current theory on the computer is that I network the two of them together, and I use the clone this onto there. I may need to upgrade to Windows 10 to do that, but we will have to see on that. It's all frustrating, and I've got lots of things I need to do all at once, so getting something done will be constructive. I did get another mouse, which is a semi-posh one, but I need to charge it for it, and you just heard the computer lighting up, because it has got the stupid lights in it, despite my best efforts to avoid them. However, when it's finally done, it won't be sitting in on the desk next to me, distracting me. It will be under the desk, where I won't be able to see the silly lights. Other features I need are a card reader and possibly some more USB ports. But it looks like the front of the mesh cage comes off and could probably be replaced by another one that would allow me to fit such things. Failing that, there's a glass door there, and there are some holes for airflow in the top, which might be adjusted. Also, there's a plate across the top, which again, a bit of tinsmith's work will probably allow me to fit other things in there. I should have checked all of this, but unfortunately, I was rather distracted by other things, and have been running around at a blur fly trying to do two full-time jobs simultaneously. But enough of me moaning. I should not moan. It's therapeutic, I admit, but I should not moan, because we're here to talk about constructive things. First of all, I have got 5 partially painted tanks, and they're making progress from last time. I haven't done any of them today because I was mostly trying to sort the computer systems out. These are Blitzkrieg vehicles, and they are traditional resin cast, which I happen to like better than 3D printing, but you obviously can't afford to make a resin cast for every vehicle. These are Panzer IVs, the early version ones from the desert. And I've got the turrets over here, which I've managed to get some more done. I'm waiting for some decals, because my decal stash appears to have vanished in the general confusion, and so I can't get on with that. So the idea was to, while I was waiting for the post, to do computer stuff, but computer stuff is being equally obstreperous, and I will have to work on that from there onwards. Would the person who's lurking in the background please say hi in the chat, because I'd like to know who they are, and I'd like to say hi properly. Thank you very much for watching to me ranting for the last 5 minutes. On the positive side, when I get back from being away from the keyboard all next week, there will be developments here and there will be developments elsewhere, which will mean I will be away from the keyboard a lot less. And there have also been developments which I haven't been able to do anything with because I've run out of space. And besides, I've got two things that I'm doing that require the space. The Fallout stuff is now on the only free flat surface I've got, which is where this laptop was temporarily in the bedroom. And the tanks, as you can see, are the other thing that are ongoing. This is an expansion to the Forbidden Ruin thing, and is a simple thing that came from North Star. So we'll see what they've got in here. Arrived the other day, and I had to go and... Now, this is not one I had to go fetch from the depot because I was actually in the house and heard the door, and the man didn't wander off like they so often do. So just using my knife skills to open the thing. Now it's full of squabbles. Now, I like squabbles because I need them for packing occasionally. Unfortunately, my packing squabble thing is over there, so I'm going to have to find a home for them whilst I... Just bear with me a minute because I've got squabbles everywhere. I would really like my packing squabble thing to be bigger, and so I can get rid of the excess. I might fit many in there. So I just need to clear enough of the squabbles out, like just a little box I've got that I'm putting some extra squabbles in. These are what the tanks came in, by the way. They're very nice, and they'll get reused for sending the tanks out when they go back. So excellent packing for the things, and are likely to help it survive the rigors of the... No, I need to get more out of it than that. So excuse me while I faff around. I should have realised that a package from North Star was going to be full of squabbles, and I was going to have to find homes for them. Again, I got 5 of these when I ordered the tanks from Perry, and possibly I've got nothing from more of them. So if I don't do this, I'll be chasing squabbles on this floor forever, as no, that's probably going to have to need a bag. I'll have a clear out. I've been tidying up in here. I haven't hoovered it yet because once I've drilled the holes in the wall, we'll have the electrician in. There'll be a lot more drilling to do. Right. Okay, because as you can see, is it? It's a full squabble. Right. I'm going to resort to desperation tactics, and I'm going to put them on the painting desk. Well, the photography bit while I fish things out. Because I greatly appreciate North Star, but honestly, elastic squabbles are... Right, that's the North Star insert. I may be going off to visit North Star at some point. Right, aha. We have win. We have win. We have win. We've got stuff out. Just bear with me a moment while I get these squabbles into something that will contain them before they go every bloody where. And it's still hot enough over here for me to need a fan on. There's someone on the floor. I'll deal with those after the stream. But as you see, you all come to the entertainment of me being an absolute total professional and making complete big zero of things. At least I hope you're entertained by it. Anyway, this is what I ordered. And it's a box of Oathmark human cavalry. 15 models, 15 horses. These will be converted into Hobgoblin cavalry. And these Hobgoblin cavalry will be added to my Hobgoblin force, which will also see action in the Forgotten Ruins game. I realised that I actually... Oh, Shawnee, it's you. Right. Thought it might be. But it's always appreciated when you show your face, and I can see it in the thing. See you in the chat. Thank you all kindly for doing that. plans that involve you, Sean, are gets phone out to look at calendar because brain is not working properly. It's probably around the 25th, which is the last week of the month, I will be coming down to Voxamanta and trying to talk to you about stuff. Hopefully by that point, I'll have got the computer set up, because the computer can very definitely do all the all the video editing and processing. It's a beast of a machine and was bought with that in mind. However, until I get everything linked up and I get a webcam and I can do things on the webcam on there, which means I can stream sideways, there won't be that much to edit or that sort of thing. I trust you as an editor, and as soon as I get the YouTube channel monetized, or I get some money in from the Patreon account, which I'm going to reactivate, I will be sharing it with you on a every collaborator gets one share, and that includes me. So that's how we're going to do it. At the moment, we have Young Stew, and we also have Vanda, who is doing some subcontracting for me, and I will be beating up her company as soon as I can. I can't remember what she called it, but I have contact with her, and I have got her on doing a commission for me at the moment, because it's a job that I need to get out of the way. It's just an assembly commission because I want to paint the figures on stream, because they're from workshop, dwarfs naturally, and I will be painting those to fight Charlton's sorted armies, all of which workshop, and for which we were using the Bill Hooks rules, or the fantasy version of them. So that is pretty much that. The cavalry, I'm mentioning, will require spearheads from the hobgoblin sprues that are floating around, and spare arms from hobgoblin sprues, from the Gork sprues that are floating around, to make them into prop hobgoblins. And as I say, the 28 figures, I probably need some bases for them. I've been using the Warlord ones, but I think I might be using 1.5 mil a plywood instead at the base. But these are cavalry, and they'll be, with the two I've done already, with the ones I've done already, this will be 16 of them, which is enough for a couple of groups and a champion. 17 couple of groups and a champion. So the plan next week is no show. This is a substitute for that show, as I can't avoid being away, and we'll have access from that location shortly, probably not next week but the week after. I will actually get a proper landline there, and I'll be able to do internet things from there on my account. That was really simple and straightforward, and so unlike everything else that's been going on at all. If anybody's got any genius ideas of how to set up or how to clone a data from a laptop onto a Windows 11 machine, please message me at EvilGinger Miniatures, because I am pulling my beard out somewhat at this point, and it is extremely frustrating to have an operating system that appears to get in the way of it operating. It might just be me, in fact it probably is just be me, but it's still frustrating because I want to use the thing straight away. And as of not next week but the week after, I will have a microphone and a webcam and all sorts of stuff, so that I can actually do stuff for Young Stew to edit, and I can do more stuff up here and potentially film stuff in the workshop when the workshop's a bit clearer. And yeah, there's lots of developments, but they depend on this thing getting set up, and they depend on me throwing a lot of money at things again, because that seems to be the solution for everything, is Simon throws money at things, and that's where we are. Anyway, for now, that's where we are. Can't really tell you much more, but there are developments. I'm looking forward to those developments, and I'm looking forward to getting other people involved in an exciting project, or a number of exciting projects, including a Frostgrave campaign for which Stu has been volunteered, whether he likes it or not. Which won't be him versus me, but it will be PvE sort of solo, but I'll have Stu playing the game rather than me filming it and then sending it all off to him to edit. That's where we are. I'm still planning on trying to get to Crisis this year, but again, that's also a money pit, and we will have to see. But for now, that's me. Take care, everybody, and I will continue banging my head on a computer. It's a very solid computer, and I will get a red mark, I'm sure, from doing it. Take care, everybody, and goodbye. And particularly goodbye to the lovely Stuart. Have a great time, mate. Bye.